Before we get into the claims that are absolutely destructive to whatever remains of NBC's credibility, let's go take a look at what the owner of Twitter has to say about this. Elon Musk slams NBC after GOP Nazi smear. Yeah, because everything I don't like is fascism, and everybody that is against me is a Nazi, especially in mainstream media. NBC pundit Mehdi Hassan, oh my god, is that the guy who ate brains? I think it is. Went on his Sunday evening show to complain about Elon Musk being the new owner of Twitter, making a claim that Musk uses it as a tool for the far right. Again, I don't even know where you'd put, like, on that stupid political compass, which is just basically fucking astrology for men. Now, where would you put Elon Musk on that? Like, I don't know, probably somewhere smack dab in the middle. He just kind of seems like he's a little leftist on some things, carbon tax, and then kind of, a libertarian on other ideas, claiming to be a free speech absolutist, even though his actions kind of just suggest other than that. But calling him far right, I just kind of a normal slight of the day, really, let's be honest. Musk responded to the unhinged rant, saying that NBC should perhaps look at their own misdeeds before launching rhetorical warfare at him. Musk pointed out that NBC covered up the Hunter Biden laptop story. What do you mean? That was Russian disinformation. Until it wasn't. Which brought evidence of the Biden's family influence peddling via the son's shady overseas business deals. He also brought up revelations that emerged during the Me Too era, in which it was discovered that the former host of the network, Matt Lauer, had a button under his desk to lock his office door and had used it to lock women in that office alone with him. NBC has also covered up the allegations against now jailed movie executive Harvey Weinstein, who behaved as though the casting couch were industry standard. Yet for NBC host Hassan, Musk, a free speech absolutist who promised transparency on the platform, is the real problem. It's easy in America's discourse to talk simplistically about the far left and far right as two equally dangerous fringe blocks. Elon Musk has done it plenty of times, just in the past week. But here's the difference. America's far left wants to give us free healthcare and free childcare. Oh, that's all? That's all they're doing? That's all they're advocating for, right? It's not about segregation and much more flowery terms, the imposition of some sort of a socialistic state and constant political warfare. Nothing else, though. It's just free healthcare and free childcare, right? Healthcare is a human right, and childcare is a human right. Yes, human right is forcing somebody else to bend to your will. Wait, gets a little sketchy when you get into the details of it now, doesn't it? America's far right wants to give us white supremacy and no democracy. Where again, make those claims, just point to the groups, because I can point directly to far right or far left groups. Can you point to any substantial, anything that would be analogous to the Black Lives Matter movement, whose expressed reason for being an organization is to disrupt Western society, and they've been founded by avowed Marxist or Antifa, which, hey, oh no, they say that they're against fascism. Yeah, cool. Tell Portland it's still on fire, fucker. But white supremacist organizations, cool. You could probably find a couple of guys at a Klan rally somewhere. That's great. And no democracy. You understand that the United States, which I'm sure you might be talking about that because you're at least alluding to America a couple of times. America is a constitutional republic. But again, that's probably too big of a think for NBC. And this asymmetrical polarization of US politics would be laughable if it weren't so horrifying. I'm sure he has a lot of other fucking 600 IQ takes when it comes to Roe v. Wade. Oh my god, it's being overturned, and the right wing, the white supremacy, making everybody just having to pop out white children going forward. That's wonderful. What else is NBC covering up? The fact that they're publishing articles with plagiarized content. Listen, if you're a journalistic institution, right, you're one of the biggest alphabet networks that are out there, you are one of the pillars of mainstream media, and you are out there plagiarizing content, isn't that a bad look for you? Wouldn't you think? NBC News published nearly a dozen articles with plagiarized materials, the company announced on May 2nd. Oh good, they at least got out in front of it. I'm sure it was probably put on what? Right near the bottom where the rest of the redactions are published? Or was it just released in a tweet? NBC said that the review uncovered 11 articles written over the last year by a reporter that did not meet our standards for original material. Yeah, because they just copied it and took it wholesale. The articles contain passages from other news organizations that were used without attribution. Yeah, exactly. You gotta quote properly, stupid, and link out. In each article, the passage that was plagiarized were removed and the editor's note was added according to NBC. The company's statement did not name the reporter or link to the articles. I'm sure it's probably fairly easy to figure out. Oh, look at that. The Epoch Times has confirmed the reporter is Teaganne Finn. In the articles include a February 16th piece about the Democrat organization and February 8th story about the child tax credit. Huh. Couple of fluff pieces for Democrats? Didn't see that coming. Editor's notes, now at the top of the article, state that NBC determined that the passages in earlier versions of this article were not properly attributed to their original source and did not meet our standards for original material. You should probably fire that editor for not properly doing the job. Passages were pulled from the AP and WESH-TV, among other outlets, without attribution. According to the Times, reviews of previous versions of the article, the offending passages are still contained in versions of the articles republished by, Yahoo News. They do that all the time. Reporters that are caught plagiarizing are typically fired. Multiple phone calls to NBC's press office went unanswered. No voicemails could be left because the mailbox was full. Email questions still have not been returned. Rod Hicks, Directors for Ethics and Diversity, at the Society for Professional Journalists, told the Times in the email that integrity is essential for journalists. Yeah, but what if you work for NBC? Is that just a little bit more of a negotiable? NBC professional journalists, any professional journalist, who gathers information and disseminates it to the public, should be guided by the tenet in all aspects of their job. That includes producing original work and not passing off someone else's words as their own. Yeah, it's more of a guideline than a rule, really. Any ethical infraction can potentially harm the reputation of the journalist and the outlet who committed it, their employer, and the press in general. Yeah, exactly. Like, we all know that most of the publications that are out there, they just rip the headlines and most of the body of the work of the AP to begin with because they have the news line, and then they just go say, well, the AP reports, and then just copy paste whatever the fuck they wrote. But if you're not even going to do the cursory amount of work, you should probably just be, peddling fucking mocha lattes at your local coffee stop. That would be great. You'd be just doing everybody else a great service. So in case you needed a little bit more reaffirmation that mainstream media is just full of fake news, now you can add on top of that plagiarized news. It really does suck to suck. With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. Why don't you follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.